Meghan Markle's attempt to undergo a royal rebrand is hitting a few roadblocks. The Duchess of Sussex hasn't been able to successfully hire a CEO for her new lifestyle company, American Riviera Orchard, a website that's set to sell food, cosmetics and products for homes. But it's Meghan's public image and reputation in the UK that's also causing headaches. Entertainment reporter Bronte Coy has told Sky News Harry and Meghan reportedly refused to take advice when it comes to public relations.
Angela, a very interesting piece has been published this week in The Telegraph with comments from various PR experts about how Harry and Meghan can improve their public image. There were some really interesting and definite takeaways here.
Oh, there was. And actually, I've had this conversation with myself with PR friends. We've sat down and we sort of brainstormed, how do you solve a problem like Meghan? I mean, the fact is she needs to improve her PR, particularly in the UK. Now, this piece had some great ideas. That it suggested that, you know, there was no one that needs a greater rebranding than Meghan other than Prince Andrew. That was one suggestion from a PR. I like the one that said, be less American. How she does that, I don't quite know. The other one said, find the self-deprecation switch within you and switch it on. Another said, why don't you show us more about who you are rather than telling us who you are? See, these were fairly difficult. I'm just looking here. Show us who you are, be less American. And then also to highlight the stories that are genuine, that there's a feeling that Meghan doesn't have synthesis in her branding, that she skips from one thing to the other. She goes from, you know, jams to children's charities to humanitarian projects to acting to presenting to, you know, to walking the red carpet sort of thing. She's not really she's not got joined up thinking around her PR strategy, but really hard job. As we know, she did, of course, she and Harry have hired a PR executive in the UK. Primarily, I think he's in consumer goods products, so he's going to be there, you know, pushing her jams and spruiking that part of her working life. But I really do not know how you turn around the problem of Meghan, particularly in the UK. Bronte will speak to it better than I can because she's now living there, but every friend I have in the UK is anti-Meghan.
Yeah, it does seem to be that way, doesn't it, Bronte? And I think, you know, she started out with so much goodwill and has just totally struggled to capitalise on that.
I know, there's so much to say on this topic, so I'm going to try to make it concise because I have a lot of thoughts. As Angela said, it is very hard to find a Meghan fan here, and I really mean that across generations. It is something that seems to be widespread across age brackets, which is interesting. Something like 2/3 of the country don't like her, which I find interesting that they now appear to be targeting the British market, because honestly, I would have thought they'd just give up at that point. It is a difficult task. Power to them if they do try to take that on. But the other part that I find interesting is there's a lot of advice in that article. Something that has been alleged over recent years is that Harry and Meghan do not take PR advice very well. Now, this is alleged. This is something that's been claimed from sources from their camp at certain times. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But I guess we will eventually find out, you know, with this new strategy in place, whether or not it works and whether they take advice. I guess we'll see at this point.
Meghan Markle recently announced her new lifestyle brand through an Instagram post, but it appears there are already big problems behind closed doors, with the Duchess of Sussex struggling to find a CEO. According to the Sun newspaper, the initial search has not panned out so far. There are also reports that Meghan has entered talks with Netflix about setting up a commercial partnership with her lifestyle company. According to the Sun, Netflix would run the lifestyle business with Meghan, developing products as spin-offs from her show. But while those next steps are being worked out, Meghan has wasted no time sending one of her products to influencers and celebrities. The Duchess sent out strawberry jam to around 50 people, including Kris Jenner and Abigail Spencer, as part of her brand's soft launch.
And last week on the show, we talked about Meghan releasing her strawberry jam product as part of American Riviera Orchard. And the discussion this week has turned to which celebrities received it. Do we know who they are?
Yeah, so she sent it to a whole host of celebrities, the likes of Kris Jenner, Mindy Kaling, Tracy Ellis Ross, the daughter of Diana Ross, who's now a well-known actress. So she sent it to kind of the who's who of Hollywood. Some of them went on her podcast, the doomed eventually failed podcast by Spotify that she had before it was cancelled. And so, you know, she's trying to subtly create some buzz. These people putting it on their social media saying, thank you so much for our jam, Meghan. We've never had jam before. Is kind of drumming up the hype that they would like. There's obviously been a bit of a competition indirectly with the royal family's jam, the jam that they sell, and Meghan's jam. People are saying there's been an uptick in sales basically for the royal family's jam because people prefer to support the royal family's products as opposed to Meghan's products. Even though Meghan's jam isn't on the market, she's just sending it to celebrities to create buzz. And you know, we'll see where it goes. This is it's a bit strange that she kind of went from a working royal, even though she wasn't in that position for long, to kind of like a Martha Stewart, you know, influencer type wannabe. It should be an interesting transition. I'm sure people are waiting to see what she does with the brand. American Riviera Orchard, though, is quite a mouthful. I don't know who advised her on that name, but it sounds like some sort of series, or it's just I think she could have chosen a better name.